Welcome back to Talos Principle 2. I'm dear darling, and why are we here? What truth awaits us? Or why don't we answer more of these questions together where we're still technically in the illness arc, but my throat is basically completely recovered, all things considered, so we're not doing too badly. Last time I completely forgot about it. I was talking about this whole eternal punishment thing. Doesn't an eternal crime require an eternal punishment? And the honest answer is that about time I was just like, I feel like the answer is yes, but I feel uncomfortable saying subjecting someone to it, you know? I'll carry on this conversation after Alcatraz speaks.
We don't leave people behind.
Exactly.
So we're finding Prometheus and freeing him, whether Pandora likes it or not. Here's how this mission is going to go.
Okay, you got a mission plan?
It's clear to me that you have some kind of special affinity for this place.
Fair.
And that the entities respond to you more strongly than they do to us.
Have any of them responded to you at all?
Once you're inside, I want you to take point.
Okay, easy. Can do.
You need to free Prometheus, but remember that our prime objective is to save our friend.
Okay.
Melville, I want you to stay at the VTOL and let Yakut and 1K go in. I'm going to stay behind as protocol requires. I don't love the idea of sitting this one out.
Why Yakut?
My oldest friend, but we're doing this by the book.
Okay, fair enough. Honestly, sounds like a reasonable plan. Because we don't really know what going into the megastructure this far down is going to entail. Yakut's been in there before. I can't remember Alcatraz has. But that's no big deal. Yeah, so I was saying casting someone to an eternal punishment feels difficult to want to do that compared to actually what was I saying? Eternal punishment for an eternal crime.
Let's hope we can find the big guy.
Why are we taking... If anything, Melville should come in. Well, no, because Melville... No, if anything, Alcatraz should come in with us and Yakut should stay behind, right? Because Yakut is the only one who can fly this thing? Because, okay, worst case scenario, this is why we have a protocol. Me and Yakut get trapped inside with Byron. Are you flying through the laser? You are crazy. Oh no, you float over it, okay. So I really feel like Alcatraz, you should go in with us, unless you think Yakut's skills are more warranted. Well, okay, I guess on that point, if Alcatraz came in, literally no one would be outside the megastructure, which is why Alcatraz is staying behind and Yakut is going in. And Melville's staying because she's got great sort of tech knowledge, in case something horrible goes wrong. You ready? Squad? Squad. No one wants to chat with me. You're gonna take a screwdriver to the outside paneling of a thing, of a VTOL. Right, okay, it's me and you, buddy. Let's go, Yakut. So I'm not really sure what freeing Prometheus would entail. Obviously, I understand the Greek myth of Prometheus. Him giving us fire and the eternal punishment, which I guess Byron is meant to be mirroring right now. Quite slow, Yakut. That's right. I'm taking point. I'm leading with charge. Scouting out. This place seems... That was a weird noise. I'm not really sure which direction we want to go in. Looks like we can go down. Looks like we can go right. I'm going to start by going right. Forward looks ominous. I have a moment. Sticking my hands in places where they shouldn't be necessarily. Eustathius. From Eustathius to Athena. Dearest Athena, I don't know if you will see this. You've become even more distant from the affairs of New Jerusalem than I have. Misspeaking to you and Cornelius, and I fear that some of your estrangement is my own fault. I know that things are not as you wish them to be. The city is drifting away from that bold vision you established. This is not because of your leadership or lack thereof. You did not fail. I did. I know I said it before, but the New Alexandria disaster was my fault. I'm the one who took the initiative, and I'm the one who made a mistake. Yes, there should have been procedures in place, but it was my role to create such procedures, Athena, not yours. Sorry, I start with a cough. I wish I listened to Byron when he said we had to establish another settlement immediately. Learn from the pain and don't let it fester. He was right. That's where the rot set in, and I'm sorry. With love, Eustathius. Have we spoken to Eustathius? I can't remember. The Machines. From the author's note to Athena Reborn, a novel. If my work has meant something to you, if Athena had any kind of impact on you, if some story and wonder tales from the periphery have moved you or made you think, if there is something about myself that I need to share with you. It's the only autobiographical fact I have any interest in sharing, the only thing about me that matters to you outside my work. Every breath that I take, and so every story that I write, is only possible because of technology. There are no natural remedies, no spiritual alternatives for what I was born with. My existence is wholly contingent upon a level of technological sophistication which was heretofore unimaginable, and which will, in many ways, define the coming era. When you long for a return to simpler times, you wish for a world in which I could not exist. If you're looking for answers, consider the fact that I was granted the blessing of this technology, despite being born into poverty, and my writing never had been particularly lucrative. The civilizational structures I live within were arranged in such a way that this technology would be deployed to save my life. And are these structures not also, at the end of the day, a kind of a machine? What is a state? Or what is civilization if not a machine? Think about what this means. What this is it systematic compassion? Is it liberation from nature? Is it equality of opportunity? Whatever your belief system, think hard about what it means that I'm alive because of these machines, and I've created something that matters to you. Thank you for reading. So this is meant to be sort of in counterpoint to the idea of not changing, right? Of not stagnation, because I suppose that's sort of and dressing it up and the opposite of tradition and things staying the same. You know, why not expand? Well, this is a reason to expand, because other things which have been created have managed to allow this person to live and create more things in return. Which we agree with, so of course no convincing needed there. Excerpted from Orthodoxy by G.K. Chesterton. Of a towering materialism which dominates the modern mind rests ultimately upon one assumption. A false assumption. It is supposed that if a thing goes on repeating itself, it is probably dead. A piece of clockwork. People feel that if the universe was personal, it would vary. If a sun were alive, it would dance, and... well, this is a fallacy even in relation to a known fact. For variation in human affairs is generally brought into them, not by life, but by death. By the dying down or breaking off of their strength or desire. A man varies his movements because of some slight element of failure or fatigue. But perhaps God is strong enough to exult in monotony. It's possible that God says every morning, "Do it again," to the sun, and every evening, "Do it again," to the moon. May not be automatic necessity that makes all daisies alike. Maybe that God makes every daisy separately, but has never got tired of making them. It may be that he has the eternal appetite of infancy, for we have sinned and grown old, and our Father is younger than we. I will say that is a really cool, world-building idea. This idea of a God who has this automatic autonomy is not the right word, but the autonomous machinations of life is manually done by the deity every single day. But they just never got bored of it. That's a really cool sort of story building concept, I think. Anyway, Miranda. It's strange. The idea is delightful, but it's also completely and obviously untrue. That's one of the many reasons Chesterton is worth reading. He's wrong about a lot of things, but he's wrong about them in an interesting way. It's such a shame, though. He seems to want to restore the magic of a world, but he can only re-enchant the surface. Whereas the true magic, the perfect beauty that feels like revelation, is found underneath in what he dismisses as clockwork. Okay, I see where you're coming from. From Hypatia's Journals, Volume 1, The Founding of New Jerusalem. Day 680. New Jerusalem. That's a name we picked, and am I sad that my suggestion didn't win? Maybe a little, but it's a good name. A fitting name, a name that we can be proud of. With it comes a new kind of optimism. Everyone is thinking of a future once more. I, for one, am glad that we have recovered our equilibrium and our determination. Athena and Cornelius are certainly bustling with plans and bright visions of a future, and when they tell us of the dreams of theirs, it's hard not to be drawn in by the pretty pictures they paint. Oh, speaking of which, I am becoming more and more fascinated with ancient human art, and thinking about our own role in taking the next steps in that long history. Citizens of Gehenna found meaning in art, and they were imprisoned. A free people should be able to accomplish so much more. Sorry, that was a lot of reading, and I still do have a sore throat, one which requires hydration. So that's a sort of more lore and world building. New Jerusalem, the name that came to be. I can't remember what Hypatia said she wanted it to be, knew something else. So do we go down the elevator, or do we go forward? What have you got to say? Well, this one looks like it's at least on the same ground, so let's just walk forward a little bit. Another elevator. Okay. Can we go in this elevator? Does it allow us? Oh, no it doesn't. Okay, fair enough. So we can only go forward, which is fine. Interesting how light sort of seeps in through the cracks. As if there is a sky above us rather than more of a monolith, whatever it's called. Megastructure. What does this symbol mean? It's like a clock. Well, a broken clock is right twice a day. Sometimes more, depending on how it's broken.
I found another elevator.
Woo!
My favorite.
So that's the one that Yakut's going down, the one he's scanning. We're going down a separate one, where presumably we have more puzzles to be solving. I don't know if we know where Yakut is.
I have no idea where I am.
He's probably on that walkway.
So far. Hope you're doing better, 1K.
Interesting, no puzzles, just a walkway. Oh, a gondola. Of some kind. Oh, going this way, I thought we'd go that way.
I know I've said this before, but look at the size of this. How can all of this be one machine?
This is what you get when one machine builds a bigger machine, which builds an even bigger machine.
That's our whole history, isn't it?
That's
the whole
true.
History of humankind. And it's not just machines.
Very futuristic,
Science,
this place.
It's literature.
All iterative of them on one another. What an artificial looking yellow light above us. It's like a beehive or something. Right, we're descending down further and further, it seems. Very fast and very far down. If we're going by the flashing of lights. Never noticed our feet are just sort of like oddly shaped. Whoa! It's him! It's Prometheus, the man himself. The man of the hour. It looks like we're puzzles to the side for us to actually free him, but...
Be careful, 1K. We don't know what's down there.
I mean, he's going to explore first before... This looks like a button. No? I did see that lever. Are you breathing? What if I just jumped into the abyss now? It's completely ruined everything. I can definitely see the Tetronomo bridge. Remove Prometheus's chain pins. So there is only one option at this point, is to remove Prometheus's pins. I was going to do it anyway, but still. Pull lever. Oh, this is what we have to do after we finish everything, presumably. These linchpins are holding him in place. I don't know how we get to any of those places, though. Hopefully this platform is enough, but... Oh, it seems like it is. What's fueling the Tetronomers we get from this place, though? I don't know. Oh, okay. So we can't go across that far. So probably we need to do this one as our starting, and then this one as that. And then beautiful, beautiful. Nothing too difficult. So the first linchpin is over there. A lot of these Tetronomo puzzles to be doing. Oh no, it's one of these. God. Okay. Well, it's kind of forced. What the heck? Okay. Right. I think this is the only way to make it to this linchpin. It's only Tetronomo puzzles. In this place is interesting, isn't it? Nothing else. An artificial bird call. I thought there was like screaming faces in that rock. For a sec. Wait, what? Oh. I didn't really think about what I was putting down, I'm gonna be perfectly honest, but another linchpin to remove. Feels like a very grandiose moment, eh? I'm surprised how easily that slides out with how much force and weight is held behind it. Either that or we're really strong. I wonder if that's got real world physics or if that's pre-rendered. I think I might have actual physics on, seeing as part of the chain fell after the other one. This is great sound design. You hear that like subtle breathing Prometheus is doing. It's enough to give it such like an eerie sort of feel, because it's like, oh, he's alive in that stone statue. And I have a feeling we might have to make a decision at some point. Not only after freeing him, but for consequences of such. I don't know really what they'd be, to be honest, because at the moment it does sort of still feel like it's meant to be one big test for something, but what that test is for, I'm not really sure. Test of who we are? Why would Athena create something like this, though? That I still don't really understand. But nonetheless, we continue onwards. For that is the only thing we can do. And put down Tetronomo pieces, of course. I find it fascinating how easy well, it has to be this one. But I don't... Oh! I thought this blue face was here, and I was like, I don't know how that could work. I find it fascinating how easy these Tetronomo bridges are compared to the other ones. But just, I guess because we had to do so many of them from a game design perspective, but only 2 pieces means there's like not much... It's almost like they want us to do so. Like they want us to free Prometheus, right? Whoever created this. Why make the final roadblock so easy? Otherwise. Well, another linchpin. Positioned in such a way that we can see the chain as it unravels itself. It won't completely fall away from him. But still. Yeah, that must be physics ending. That's not pre-rendered, surely. I don't know how we get back there. But it seems like we've done all we can do from this side. Next steps for us is to get across to the other side, which we'll do, but we'll probably do in the next episode. Methinks so. For now, if you have been watching, thank you very much. It's been Talos Principle 2. I've been Dear Darlie. Likes, comments, subscription, shares, greatly appreciated. Socials, Discord down below. Hope to see each other again, but for now, it's our farewell. So until next time, a lot running. I thought I'd make it to the entrance, at least by the time I finish seeing the outro. So, bye-bye for now.